and also Robert Milkins, Davy Morris, Anthony McGill, Adita Mate and Martin Gould. So there's some good players waiting tomorrow to see who's going to join them in the last 16. That's the thing about these events, although they're big fields and everyone comes in the first round, they're all won by top players. John Higgins won the first, Mark Williams the second, Ricky Walden the third, and Shaun Murphy starting to queue really nicely now here in the fourth.
Yeah, I just wonder whether it might be his weekend. With shots like that, why not?
Well, like I said earlier, you've got to think it's going to happen sooner rather than later. It's too good not to be winning tournaments. Don't think that's worked out.
Well, it's amazing this finish there. I'd like to see in the replay from the other angle to see how it got there.
Catching ball, 8.
Well, that helps. Or does it?
Shaun Murphy, 8.
Well, he still had a pot on. It wasn't easy. He'd be disappointed that he didn't land on something, though, going into the pack like that.
Yes, it could easily have been match over if he'd have got on an easier red there. It's match over on table 4 because Pankaj Advani, the World Billiards Champion, has beaten Alan Taylor 4-0. Advani and the other Indian player, Adita Mehta, have qualified for the Indian Open, which is good news, I think, for everyone involved. And that'll be in October, and it'll be live on Eurosport from October the 14th. New ranking event, looking forward to that.
Is it Delhi, Dave?
Well, that was a big shot to take on. Have to get it, really. So he's back in. Let's see what damage he can do here.
Four.
Well, plenty, I would suggest. And enough to win the match as well. If anything, could do with just moving that red that's nearest the black. Just give himself a little bit of more room to manoeuvre around the black spot.
11.
Can do that now.
Well, if he's going to win the tournament, he's going to have to play a lot of snooker, so he doesn't want too many close matches early on. He'd like to get this out of the way here now at this visit.
Yes, I think it's a slight advantage to play on the Friday because you've got the Saturday to rest before concentrating on the final day on the Sunday.
$25. $26.
I think that was a fairly big bounce off that second cushion.
33.
Took off and he's out of position now on this intended red. It's still on, but it's slightly awkward nose to the blue here with the cue ball. Well, it wasn't going to be easy, but I think he got a bad contact as well there. That sounded a little bit on the heavy side. Well, that was a half chance. Hasn't left anything though. Great pace there. Little tap on the table from Shaun Murphy as well, acknowledging that one. Excellent shot there from Alex Borg. He's got to find something. 41 behind in this frame. Of course, this could be the last frame of the match. What about that one? Outrageous, what a pot. Well, I bet he's thinking, well, it's difficult to play a safety shot, I'll just knock this one in. Look at the results as well on the black. Well, if you take those on and get them, you deserve all you get.
Shaun Murphy, 8.
Well, he's sort of chipping away, isn't he? But he's going to have to wait for another chance. I suspect he's still, as well, getting used to that new cue. It's still relatively early in the season, and he had the other one for the whole of his career.
Exactly what I was thinking, Dave. It's a confidence factor, isn't it? You know, you're okay close in, but it's the long stuff there's just that little bit, the seeds of doubt. It's getting that confidence with it. Well, Ronnie O'Sullivan has changed his cue a few times in the last 5 years, and he seems to settle in pretty quickly with his. I've changed my cue a few times over the years, Dave, but my fellow Grimburian, Dean Reynolds, said to me, I got a new cue once. He said, you do realise that a cue is for life and not just for Christmas. A typical comment from him.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, some players do like to chop and change, and others, I mean, Alain Robidoux was the classic example when his got broken. barely won another match. Literally after that, he just confidence completely drained away.
He had a few cues made after that as well, and he just couldn't settle into one, and probably forced his retirement, really. Which was a shame, because he was some player. Nice guy as well. Especially when he used to entertain us with a robot.
Yes, I think he's in the seniors this year, so it'll be good to see him.
He's coming over with Cliff Thorburn as well. That's mid-October, that actually, down in Portsmouth.
Oh dear, Alex. Well, if you've got away with that, you've done well.
I think he has, you know.
That was a bit of a horror show, but he may well have got away with that. Got no shot here, he says. It's amazing, isn't it? I mean, Alex has played from his point of view, one of his worst shots of the match there. But it's all about what you leave, if anything.
Well, it's just wondering whether he can get off this side cushion and try and get the white towards the brown. Yes, lucky man. Could have been all over. Didn't want the kiss into the green. He's left things on, so, well, through that poor shot, Alex has got the reward.
Yes, well, this could be one last throw of the dice here. He's got a chance, but if he breaks down at any point, he's going to leave the table on. Well, straight away it's gone wrong. Well, that white ran on, didn't it?
He nearly got away with that one as well, but not quite.
Nearly leads. So, not got that much to do, really.
Well, this could be the beginning of the end for the Maltese player. Shaun was expected to win this match, a strong favourite, but hasn't played at his best. Neither was Alex, to be honest. There's been a few chances on both sides. I suppose at this stage, a win is a win. You're in the next round.
7.
A little bit short on the pink there, want to be fairly straight. He's just gone away from these reds slightly. I think he might be able to come back off the side cushion. He was able to hold, no problem. But it's not looking good for Alex Borg.
13.
He's just given this man at the table too many chances, I'm afraid. And eventually you know that he's going to take them.
So he'll need this pink and another red to get to snooker's required. Kieran Wilson awaits in the last 64. Shaun Murphy, one of the real big hitters in this tournament. Going to be a danger as long as he remains in it.
21. $28. 29.
He can certainly play better than this, but the fact is he's played as well as he had to, and he's got the result.
35. 36.
I suppose this is a similar match to Ronnie O'Sullivan's yesterday, David. Ahmed safe when he played there, and Ronnie didn't take a lot away from that match because he wasn't pushed, and similar situation here really. This looks good. Great shot. These boys, these top boys, always looking 2 or 3 rounds ahead. Well, not normally, they've got to concentrate on the one they're playing, but no disrespect to Alex, if they're playing somebody a little bit further down the list, they're trying to gauge their game
51.
and get into the latter stages of the tournament when normally the big hitters are there.
Yes, it's all about getting through to tomorrow, get yourself in that last 16, and the battle starts on the final day. Well, he's got 2 more matches to win to do that.
60.
First frame he made a break of 71, he's up to 60 here. And still going.
63.
Great shot there. Didn't have much angle on the brown. I think Shaun will be reasonably happy with his performance. He knows there's probably a little bit of room for improvement.
So the highest break of the match comes in the last frame. Where's this flat going? Not in is the answer. Doesn't matter though, it's a good performance in the end there. 78 in the last frame. I think he enjoyed that, he's got the result, that's what he wanted. Shaun Murphy then into the last 64. 1 down, 6 to go from his point of view. He's a winner in the end here. He's beaten Alex Borg by 4 frames to 1.